Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm not muted anymore. Oh, but I can't say on to that, it's me. This is our new friend, Aesliip. Oh, we're doing it together. Try again? Well, if you say so. Oh geez, I did not absorb that. He's still good. Honestly, after that, I kind of want to try really hard to pull a Boy Kisser face in Vtube Studio so I can get a nice clean one. You know, give you one of... I know I've done it by accident before. Give yourself a little fettuccine Alfredo as a treat. Sounds like a nice treat. Oh, these are dire Frost Atronachs too. Also, I don't know why he couldn't handle him himself. He seems to be doing pretty well. There sure are a lot of them. And he died. And I died. Okay, I take everything back. Suri has allowed us a couple of pies as a treat. Because I told him how much I wanted them after. After all the talk of pepperoni. Seems like the situation is a bit dire. Indeed. Crispy onions was a good decision. Oh, I love crispy onions. In anything. There's nothing worse than disappointing pizza. It's hard to make a truly disappointing pizza. Generally, I can tell by the look of the pie when, how good I expect it to be. And then I set my expectations accordingly. Oh, you had some tonight? Oh no. I'm so sorry. It looked decent, but the taste just wasn't there. The cheese is under the sauce? No. Not allowed. You can have the cheese under the sauce and on top. Man. I wish he wouldn't Draugr run right in there. I guess we were slightly disappointed. We just did a Domino's. And they were like, would you like to try the new double decadence crust? It's two thin and crispy crusts. with creamy cheese sauce spread in between those layers. And we could not taste that sauce at all. We could barely see it. It was just a double layer crispy crust. If you don't enjoy Chicago-style pizza, you either haven't had one or you're letting the word pizza get in the way of bliss. Absolutely. I love how well that fits, by the way. I very much prefer a puffy crust myself. If that's what you mean by a Chicago. That's part of it, but the cheese is under the sauce? Well, you know what? I'll give it a shot. I wouldn't mind some more cheese on top. Oh, sorry. I almost hit him. Additional spill absorption. I'll tank all the spills for us. I'll be honest, I don't deeply know the difference between all these styles. I know a New York style, because they won't shut up about it. Being from Michigan, you're partial to Detroit style. Maybe that's what I was thinking of with, Chicago. You sprinkle a nice layer of parm over top. I do the same. They don't give you the dry parm that comes in a shaker. I don't know if I've seen it over here. And they don't give you any garlic butter to go with your pizza. I understand why Surrey doesn't eat his crust, since he's never had garlic butter to go with it. Well, sorry, they do sell it all around the country. It's just that over here we call it like thin and crispy or default or deep dish instead of like city. It's true, it's default in those cities. You walk down the streets of New York, which I never have. I assume you're just finding flappy thin pizzas all over the place. Kind of pizza you can just wrap yourself in like a blanket. You won't hear a word against NY-style pizzas? I mean, okay, I'll give him credit that if the pizza's big enough to make up for its lack of depth, I don't mind it. I prefer it over a crispy. I think New York isn't thin and crispy. Thin and crispy. I think it's thin and floppy, right? Which is fine, because you can fold it over on itself and it basically becomes a calzone, which I appreciate. Well, that's extremely unfortunate. And on mic, that starts to make it make sense. But Isa doesn't have to do that. Cindy is such a great singer. Time After Time is great. It's floppy and the doughy crust is the best part. Look, I do like it. Floppy's not always bad. I just gotta have enough surface area to make up for it not being puffy. You can track down your Fiverr. Don't actually look for it, it doesn't exist. Okay, I was gonna ask. Well, if you ask a New Yorker, they'll tell you that a New York-style pizza outside of New York doesn't hit the same. Because it doesn't have tiny shrimps in the water used to make it. Or at least that's what they say. I'm trying my best to protect my new zombie friend. But he's just too kung fu furious. Okay. Now wait here. Do you think NPCs heal as time passes? Because you like all these cities for different reasons, except for the pizzas. That's the same reason. Suri just likes to be lightly incendiary sometimes. Especially when US comes into it. I was trying to tell him last night that the word trunk makes more sense than the word boot, which I stand by. But they went on torch versus flashlight. I know when we're beat. My only problem is, I don't know how to refer to a flaming stick over here. Granted, I never have to, but if I ever do, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. Oh, I'm here to buy a torch, but, like, one that catches fire. And then they're gonna just try to give me a Samsung 9. Yeah, it can just also be torch. Just like how they use chips for everything. For all cut potatoes. Yeah, he's just arguing over semantics. Yeah. It sounds much better than a floppy thin boy. Over here, I think they call it normal. Exactly. See, I like a floppy thin crust. I'm not a fan of the crispy crust. When you're in the city they're from, you can just say grabbing a slice. Yeah, but my city didn't have a pizza style associated with it. Aside from Domino's. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Would we just be... Given that I'm from Ohio, are we just all Chicago-style pizza? It's worse than all the ones we've talked about, but you still like it. It's hard to mess up pizza. Little Caesars tried, and even they couldn't do it. Just posted your favorite pizza in Discord. Like your favorite individual pizza? Or just an example of your favorite kind? Because if it's a picture of the pizza you've enjoyed the most, that's pretty special. Most out-of-town pizza is traditional. I'm sorry? His sacrifice will be missed. Oh, so it's your favorite photo of pizza. The pizza's not necessarily your favorite. It's just your favorite photo of one. I am poking fun. I do know what you mean. I'm sorry. Yeah, there aren't... Yeah, I've definitely never had one. I had to get it special whenever I tried one. Often from a freezer. As an out-of-towner, hearing NY style creates an expectation of more than just this type of base. Oh, there is an unconventional herb. It's tiny water shrimps. That's tragic. Aesliip is dead. I didn't want him to die. It's called Fricano's Pizza. Oh, Domino's says differently. And their new big New Yorker range here in Australia. Actually, New York food is having a little bit of a renaissance over here. The local gas station just started selling authentic New York style hot dogs. They swear it's authentic, guys. I wouldn't know. I've never been to New York. So I think we killed them all. Should we reload just to keep the wholesome lich alive? He had a little fire. It's nice but real dry. The Domino's New Yorker range. Yeah, I'll agree. One of your favorite Australian bands just put out a new single called Sydney. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, they do have their own cooking methods. They're not all just a different kind of base in an oven. They're called Egoism. I'll have to check them out later. Well, yeah, but it's not. Sorry, you're being obstinate. Just because that's your default. We're talking like using a cast iron skillet to cook the pizza in. It's much more different than a place that doesn't do that and just puts it in an oven. He does seem to just teleport behind him. Scout and Owlet have been making music together for years. Oh, now they've got a full-time drummer? That sounds pretty exciting. Is that drummer a hyena too? I'll actually try to remember to check them out after the stream. Okay, so he survived this time, but to what end? Is it too complex for that? Well, is it too complex for this? Didn't think so. Let us continue, he says. So I guess we're not done. Oh, there are more. Jeez. Can you stop killing my zombie buddy? And also, where did you come from? Okay, we rest. And hopefully Aesliip also rested. I'm gonna be a good magic sponge for my Lich friend, which you'd think it would work the opposite. The common factor is definitely how many storied hole-in-the-wall pizzerias there are for each style. I don't know if he's gonna be pulling through. Our Magicka is 285 out of 210. Magicka is naturally restored by resting? Sure. You don't eat pizza that often anymore? That sounds like a pretty great thing to do whenever you go to a town. Like, because every town has its own little pizza shop, I think. Well, you know, that's a generalization, but most of them do. Oh yeah, you lift a slice every day. My immersion was almost ruined. I'm unsure if these, like, 3 Aetronox are just the last ones in the cave or not. I sure would like Aesliip to survive, if possible. It sure seems like these are the last 2. I'm going to save. Our first episode of Make Some Noises, Season 3. Making me want to drop out. The only way I could get Surrey to get his prime was to start a whole dang stream over it. I forgot that F9 did that. I knew it would reload, but I forgot about the other thing. F9'd. I kind of thought this was where the guy was. How? How? I was standing in front of the only guy capable of damaging him. There he is. Aetronoc, more like Aetronach. Yeah, that's it. Stay focused on... Is this scripted? Okay, I'm gonna hit the reload button. Fun wasn't so bad. It's because F9 does something else on my computer. What gave you the idea for a riddle? Aetronoc versus Aetrona? It is not scripted. You can do it. It is done. My time is over. You have done a service here today, both to me and to the people of this island. Now I may rest. Before I go, take this. You may have the strength of will to continue your own journey. Journal has been updated, and we got his rings anyway. Well, there he goes. What a satisfying end. You're gonna have to work on it. Of course it does. There. Isn't that a much better ending? That he got to talk to us before he died? Look, it even fits better in the journal. When the last of the Daedra fell, Aesliip realized his task was finally complete, and he was relieved of his undead state. Before he died, he gave me a magical ring. Ooh, what kind of magical ring? Fargoth. I swear one of the guards has it. I had it last week before their weekly Let's Shake Down Fargoth ritual. I see, I see. I can sleep in his bed. Get some coin. Get some help. It's not that expensive. Coin, coin. Ah, the gold coin fruit. Coin. These caverns are so lonely without the undead walking them. Undead are so much more fun than regular dead. And infinitely more fun than re-dead. Those are, no bueno. No. I'm not feeling it. I'm not going to extinct an entire civilization of undead Kung Fu masters today. Although I guess they're already extinct, huh? With the whole dead thing. By the way, the fire's still lit. DM'd your favorite lich the other day? They... they left you... undead, huh? I mean, if you message a lich, is that what you were going for? I admit, when I first read that, I guess they say you had me in the first half. What of Aesliip, my friend? You're sent to kill the powerful Drugger and prove your strength to the skull. So he is defeated. Seems there was more to that creature than any of us had imagined. You have done well, Joe Arjo. I, for one, would be proud to call you Skull. Return now to the Skull Village. I will meet you there in a while. There are matters I must attend to. Drakkar, by the way, once they were warriors much like the Skull. Trapped and hungry on this island, they feasted on the flesh of their fallen comrades, which is a crime against nature. I'll make her curse them with undeath, forever doomed to walk the land in search of more of the flesh of man to consume. Their name is Golfix the Wrinkled, and you have unfinished business with them. It's haunting you. No, that's silly. Ghosts haunt you. Liches are different. By the way, are you somebody? No, you're just a hack. Ghost of business past. Fair enough. Oh, she did not like that. Perchance you'll go to the store for a snack. What should you get? You were just talking about Reese's Puffs earlier. That's not the snackiest snack you could get. I'm partial to the potato chip myself.
You've returned from the lake. I trust.
Or perhaps the pea chip. I'm also a fan of the pea chip, if it's available. Then you'd have to buy milk, or use almond milk, I guess, but nah. I'm just stuck on it because Suri and I were intending to get cereal for ourselves as a treat and forgot. And now we're deprived. You've returned from the lake. You continue to surprise me, Chorajo. I have matters to attend to now. We'll speak again soon. That I promise you. Might get the usual salt and Vinny. Oh my gosh. I love the salt and Vinny. Please, you must help. The village is under attack by the werewolves. Oh, Mom, thank you for the head pats. Hi, how have you been? I love that just while I'm reading this and chatting, you can hear the ripping and tearing of skull hides, you know, like the hides they wear outside. Horrible creatures, yes, who would ever be associated with them? This many have not been seen in generations. Their appearance can only be a sign of dangerous things to come. Oh my god. I'll fight that one. I've got so much health left, though. I was only dead for like a second.
Come on then, say something or move on.
I can't even use my most powerful spell because it would just kill everyone. Also, the werewolves don't care about it anyway. Why are they bullying me? I don't know. Yeah, it's because I built the train and then they just put a train on it. It's a double-decker train.
Don't stand about.
It's this new double decadence train from Domino's. Sorry, at work he is. This is his first day back.
What say you?
I hear you like trains, so I put a train on your train so you can chugga chugga while you choo choo easy. It's so upsetting.
Don't stand about.
Did that count? Did I drop it? I dropped it. Okay, so the thing is, I'm not sure how to deal with this. They got like one hidden. You might just make a PBJ. PBJ are great snacks, though. You know me, my socks are already on. I woke up, put those socks on first. If I could wear gloves and operate a computer, I would.
Come on then, say something or move on.
Legend tells of the one who can type with boxing gloves on. I've heard the legend, but I've never seen any evidence.
Like to dance close to the fire, don't you?
I'll be honest.
Foul beast.
I might have borked this up real bad.
Come on then, say something or move on.
I was definitely online during the Strong Bad era. I never got to see any of it.
Your cursed bloodline ends here. You like
And
to dance close to the fire, don't you?
And trying to decide if there's a legitimate way to get out of this. And there is a very easy way to get out of it. You're obsessed with Homestar Runner and CO back in the day. I had some friends who are into Homestuck, but they didn't actually tell me where it was, so I never knew what they were talking about. Okay, this is the best one so far. Oh, my mysticism skill's increasing. Sorry, whoever you were. Never got into Homestuck, but your roommate did, much to his regret.
You should have picked an easier opponent. You will die where you stand.
YouTube, please. I violated the law of the skull by calming down a guard instead of murdering him. What about this guy? Is he mad?
Quickly into the Great Hall. Some of the beasts ran inside.
Okay, fine. Don't get me wrong, he loved it, but not all the way till the end. Well, that's honestly hard to avoid. It's hard to make a perfect anything. But it's a special kind of sad when you're really into a thing and it just crashes around you. I think I heard one parody of one song in a My Little Pony abridged style series. And it was a pretty good song, even as a parody. Please don't kill me. Oh, thank goodness. Oh my gosh. The pony fandom has some good music too. That's true. Younger sibling showed you a lot of that as well. I'll own up to being into the fandom during its height. The werewolves inside the Great Hall are defeated. The skull guard that was inside is dead. Heartfang, however, is nowhere to be found. Yeah, I was just noticing that. You were a bemused spectator. Let me be clear. That was during the time where I was kind of in internet hiding. I didn't participate outwardly, but I did enjoy the content. So I guess in a similar manner, I was a bemused spectator. Let me save here.